What's up, y'all? It's Flux. Just wanted to do a really short video on the Quneo. I just got it in the studio. I've only had it here for a few hours, just long enough to install the software and check it out. A little bit of background on this thing. I was a backer of this thing back when it first got put on Kickstarter, and the reason I backed it is because it's got some really interesting technology in it. What this thing does is it actually has XY per pad along with velocity and position, so you can actually treat each pad kind of like a little mini chaos pad, or you can separate the corners into their own pads. You can also, it's got sliders here, and it's got 2-touch on the bottom one here. It's open source, so you can basically get this thing to do whatever you want. Let's turn these lights over here. Essentially, I've had it just long enough to kind of get myself into trouble with it. It's got a pretty deep mapping editor that's really actually pretty easy to use. You just kind of select whatever sensor you want to manipulate, and then you select what you want to do to it. What I've done is I've actually mapped it out inside of Maschine. Now, I haven't completed the mapping yet, just because I'm still toying with it and deciding exactly how I want it to be. And in fact, I've actually already done 3. That just kind of goes to show you how easy it is to use. But one of the ways that I was toying with messing with this thing is you can set each pad to its own MIDI channel. And what's important about that is you can set your groups in Maschine as a MIDI batch setup. So what I've done is Group A I've set to MIDI channel 2, Group B I've set to MIDI channel 3, so forth and so on. So, and I'm using this in grid mode right now. So what I've got is, check this out. When I touch this corner here, it's going to be my kick drum. And when I touch this here, it's going to be my snare. And my hi-hat, open hi-hat. And then I've got up top of the pad here. And I didn't map these guys yet, but you get the point. So over here, these are on a different MIDI channel. These are actually Group B. What I've also done is I've gone ahead and thrown some effects on here. I've got a little beat delay going on right here. So what's really cool about this though is these faders, not only do they have location on them, but they also have pressure. So what I did was my mix level is here, but my frequency split is pressure. So if I hold it down, so you get an idea of that. Over here I've got actually reso chord. I've got some other groups up here, triggering little one-shot samples. The pads are slightly smaller than Maschine. It actually, if you look at Maschine and where the third knob is, if you just lay it right up in there, it actually kind of fits right in there, just like that, to give you an idea of the size. It's the same size as an iPad, and it actually fits in iPad accessory cases and whatnot. So, let's see if I can get this stuff out of my way. I'm just kind of rushing to do this video because it's so darn cool. I wanted to show people. So essentially what you can do is you can lay out way more sounds all on one set of pads as opposed to flipping through groups and stuff. Or if you want to be like, for instance, so if you wanted to like be finger drumming on one set, and of course I would arrange it better so that I'm more ergonomic here, but you get the idea, So you've got access to way more sounds right away at your fingertips, which is pretty awesome. You've got rotary encoders here, that are going to select where you're at, and more faders. I haven't mapped everything out yet, and in fact, I'm getting ready to just set it up. I'm going to try and set it up so that I can trigger the finger down here, and so that when I'm playing, I can be triggering glitches off of that. But overall, it works pretty nice. As far as pads, how they feel, they're a little stiff. They're even slightly more stiff than Machine's pads are, and Machine's pads are already fairly stiff. They have a nice smooth feel to them. You can actually go right across them really fast. They have a smooth, kind of slick surface to them. Dynamically, they're not as sensitive as Maschine. Machine's got really, really dynamic pads, so it's really easy to control your dynamics with it. I mean, the dynamics are definitely there, and the sensitivity is not bad. It's just not quite as controllable. But it's certainly not enough to stop you from using them. That's for sure. Selecting presets is also really easy on this thing. You just touch this little circular button and it lights up blue, and then you decide what preset you want. So I'm going to go ahead and select, actually I'll select this preset here. And this preset, I just laid it out as just regular drum pads. So you can see you can finger drum on them just fine. They feel pretty good. I love how just it's crazy thin. I mean, talk about portable. You know what I mean? Just you can slip that anywhere. You can fit a book, really. You know. So that's the Quneo for now. I will be putting up more videos once I spend a little bit of personal time putting my hands all up on it, touching it, and doing bad things with it. Once I do that, get a little dirty on it, I'll post some videos showing some more intricate things. I plan on mapping it out to Reactor and a few other things. It comes with a lot of presets already. It comes with presets for like battery and for Ableton Live and for Tractor and Serato and Logic and a bunch of other stuff. But I'm probably going to be making my own maps just because that's part of the fun of this thing, is that it's really intuitive, really easy to map out. The grid editor I'll show you right here is actually just, it's very easy to select what you want to do and just get right into it. And then once you make your preset changes, you just hit save preset, update preset, and you're good to go. So it's pretty simple to use, and I dig it. I plan on using it a lot more. They sell a little MIDI expander that you can plug in. That's like a little external box. So if you wanted to plug it into something like the Me Blip or a external synth or something, you can have it go off of that without even using a computer. This thing will actually work with an iPad. It has it's got presets for Beatmaker 2 and IMS-20. So you got to get a different cable that connects up to it. It's like a Y cable, but I found that pretty interesting and pretty cool. So, all right, that's Quneo. I'm going to get back to messing around with it a little bit. Drinking some home brewed beer. Brew your own beer. Tastes way better that way. And if you got any questions, hit me up. Twitter at Flux302. Or you can catch me over at machinetutorials.com. I'm over there pretty often. You can catch me on the message boards, whatever. I try not to stay too anonymous. So, peace.